are live, I believe. Isaac. Oh, God. Okay. He'll turn up. Last time he did. How are you guys? I hope you're sharing my posts, guys. You don't want to be missing my posts. Really. I've got my finger right on the pulse, guys. Not just because of my research, but the right people send it to me. So spread the word, guys. Isaac. Okay. Send another invite. How? Add guest. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Copy link. All right. Hello.
Here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't add you in the first place because I didn't know who Chief Chacon was.
It's only the username that we've been tagging for the last month together. No worries.
Exactly. That's what I mean. When this is what I mean. Everyone's a dumb cunt. Sorry. I have to say it.
We all have our things. It's okay.
All right.
How are you, bro?
Good.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for everyone joining us. This is our first YouTube live together. We're excited to do this. We've been doing Instagram lives together recently, and the screen was interesting because they do like half top, half bottom. This is much better. I like side by side much better. I prefer side by side. At least we have a full screen. Looking good, Santos. Looking good, brother. Everyone who's hopping on the live, thanks for hopping on. Guys, we're going to talk about some fun stuff today. I'm going to kind of intro it a little bit, Santos, if you don't mind. Unless you wanted to.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're going to do some reposts of these clips. So if you missed this live, tune into Santos' Instagram and his Facebook Reels and so forth. We'll have clips on there. But, you know, a big topic that we wanted to talk about today, guys, was, you know, the concept of the difference of knowing and believing, knowing that you're getting nutrition contrary to believing that you're getting nutrition, as well as the literal astrological differences between the age of Pisces and the age of Aquarius, because those are the two mantra differences. The two mantra differences between those two ages is I believe, right? In Pisces, that's the mantra for the age of Pisces is I believe, right? And or doubt. Because without belief, because you cannot have belief without doubt. You have to doubt something to believe it. You have to. You have to think that it's not possible to believe it first. It has to be impossible in the mind first to then believe that it could be possible. But but outside of that realm of duality is knowing, right? And outside of that realm of duality is the sign of Aquarius. That's why Pisces has two fish, right? And after Pisces, because of the precession of equinox, after the age of Pisces, we go into the age of Aquarius. So we're transitioning into the age of Aquarius. We're there in the age of Aquarius. And the mantra for Aquarius is I know. So this is why information is pouring out now, guys, like never before. This is why we have things like YouTube, have social media, have the platforms that we have for information and for wisdom to be poured out. And you know, that's why, you know, the water bearer of Aquarius, guys, it's not water that's being poured out. It's wisdom. But that wisdom is water. It's waters of wisdom. they're and those water waves, right? Those waves are not water waves, but radio waves. And Santos has taught us many times, Ra, Dio, God, divine waves of wisdom. So divine waves of wisdom are being poured out upon humanity in the age of Aquarius. This is why information and wisdom and knowledge is being poured out upon all of us like never before. This is why things like us going back to the Garden of Eden diet and going back to the wisdom of what we're knowing is going to give us nutrition and not give us nutrition, food for fuel for us to be our best selves, right? That's the difference between us thinking that we're going to get nutrition, believing that we're going to get nutrition, and just praying over our meal, right? We, in the age of Pisces, at least for the last 100 years, what the most normal thing to do for food amongst society in the Western world has been to do is pray over your food. You pray over your food in the idea of thinking that you're going to get nutrition for it, get life from it, to be your best self, right? And express yourself, right? Well, we're transitioning from that belief system to knowing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't still pray over your food. I do believe there is magic in believing and magic in praying. I do believe that, right?
Yep.
Because there is magic in believing, 100%. There is magic in that. So don't think that I'm getting rid of the magic of believing or the magic that the age of Pisces provides, and so much we learned. Go ahead, Santos, real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, you just need to qualify that. You're talking about blind faith. That's the belief that is what Christianity is all about. That's not what you're talking about. But belief is a substance. It's a real part of reality. Duh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, guys, we're transitioning from that paradigm of believing to knowing. And yeah, Santos, if you could, just share on what you think about that, what you know about that, the difference between the age of Pisces and the age of Aquarius, and how we're going to treat nutrition in this age contrary to how we treated it for the last 2,000 years, so on and so forth. And really, we're just in the beginning.
Yeah, well, I know Pisces well because it's a third of my constitution. It's my moon.
Yeah. Lots of
Yeah,
Pisces.
yeah, and it's the best of all the signs for retaining memory.
Mm.
In fact, all of the water signs, Cancer and Scorpio, 4, 8, and 12, the power numbers, they are the force of water. Water is war because water wages war against rocks, for instance. How quickly can water corrode a rock, right? But water grows tomato, and you make a spaghetti sauce, I have a nice Italian spaghetti with a lot of salsa.
Right.
I think I pulled that off, being Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so where was I going? I'm stoned.
Water is wise. Pisces, water corrodes rocks, though. You have a lot of water in your chart.
Okay, so Pisces, memory, completion. Pisces concluded all the ages. It was the densest of all the iron ages. Dense. It's been very, very dense. Humans have really, really been belted.
What do you mean by
Humans,
dense, though? Can you explain that? Elaborate more.
well, dense energy, just jealousy, viciousness, spite, killing, murder, envy. That's dense energy.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be better if everyone was, let's see, joyful, blissful, content, satisfied, graceful, glorious, divine, magnetic, beautiful, good looking, sexy, intelligent, wise, conscious, awakened, articulate. But what the fuck has been going on,
Yeah.
But where you see the vampires, they got a hold of the humans and stuck them in kindergartens. It's called. It's actually the Prussian schooling system. It's very militaristic. We're still under that system. And of course, we're still under the Inquisition. They changed their name last year, the Inquisition. When you go to Wikipedia, you'll see Inquisition. You'll see at the very, very last paragraph, they changed their name last year to get this, the Dick-istry of the doctrine of the faith. Yes, the Dick-istry. So they are the dick stars, the porn stars. They got big dicks. They are the Dick-istry. They sodomize all the little boys in the seminaries, We are the Dick-istry. No one expects a Spanish Inquisition, do they? Are you a Monty Python fan?
It's a bit beyond my time, to be honest.
Oh, do. Look. All right. Right. Everybody listening, understand this, okay? There's two things that you must have in your life that I've had since I was 13, 14, whatever, 15. Monty Python and Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've experienced Led Zeppelin. Not as much Monty Python.
You want to have a great life and you want to be happy, Monty Python. You want to be really, really happy, Monty Python. They are insanely funny. Even my mother was a Python fan. My mother, she bought the freaking Faulty Towers, catalogue, the whole thing, and she'd be sitting there. I'd go over the road to visit her, and there she'd be laughing herself. She was the biggest freaking fan of John Cleese, and and that made her happy because she used to take depression pills, Xanax or something like that. I don't know, something. And she still does, man. She still does. That's how much fear people have. I want to talk about that.
Yeah. Please do.
But where was I going?
Monty Python.
Yeah, Monty Python and Led Zeppelin. So what'll happen is, this is what'll happen, because this is how I grew up. Monty Python makes you happy and always look on the bright side of life. It does. They do. They're very funny, and they're always making you laugh. Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and Black Sabbath funded the funniest film ever, The Holy Grail, and the second, The Life of Brian. That was Led Zeppelin.
Oh, wow.
I think Led Zeppelin funded them up to 30%. Pink Floyd 20%. You can see it all there in the. You go to Life of Brian, and you'll see that who funded them. Led Zeppelin's always first, and John Bonham was. I mean, even on stage, Robert Plant did freaking hundreds of Python skits, and it went over people's heads. He enjoyed that it went over, but the Americans, especially on the West Coast, they loved Monty Python. Yeah. So what Led Zeppelin will do is it will add a mystic element to your life, which you need, guys. Stairway to Heaven is not the highway to hell. It's not from the devil, guys. Jimmy Page is a gentleman. Even when he was a little young boy playing the guitar, you can see that he was the sweetest soul, He's so watery. He's got two waters, Cancer moon, best moon you could have, and Scorpio rising. And then Robert Plant, Leo, with the Sagittarius rising. Ooh. And I've always said Led Zeppelin is Horus and Set. Horus the sun, and there he is, Robert Plant, golden Leo mane, and he's got a Sagittarius rising. So you know what that means, don't you? Yeah. Fortune. And he's got Jupiter in Sagittarius on his rising.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Pisces moon.
Oh, shit.
I've always had a fond bond with both of Jimmy and Robert, but especially through Robert's Leo. I'm a Leo rising, and we both share the same moon, Pisces, which Michael Jackson and Prince also do. These people, you look at Robert Plant, he channeled otherworldly lyrics. I mean, if you don't know that, well, I feel sorry for you, but their lyrics were from Tolkien, Shakespeare, the Bible, Bhagavad Gita. I mean, on Houses of the Holy, they're singing Hari Hari.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hari Krishna. I mean, you know, they were alchemists.
Absolutely.
And the alchemy, Robert Plant has 2 fires, Leo Sag, and Jimmy has 2 waters, Cancer Scorpio. Scorpio, you can see Scorpio rising in his face. You can see that he's a Mars, he's a god of Mars, man, and Saturn, Capricorn. He's a Capricorn. But Mars as well, because Scorpio rising. He's martial. And Robert's Jupiterian, you know, jovial, happy, and more. But it's Horace said. It's the Sun and Saturn. That's Jimmy Page is completely Saturnian, completely. And Robert Plant is totally a freaking Leo, totally.
Hey, that being said, real quick, if you don't mind, Santos, you know, you're talking Saturnian. Saturn rules Aqua, right? We're going into Aqua.
No, he doesn't. No.
Okay.
That's the only element that Saturn does not fucking touch. Saturn rules air, Aquarius, exalts in Libra, air, rules Earth, Capricorn. He is the triplicity ruler of fire, but he won't touch water. He will not do water, especially Scorpio.
I think you misheard me, bro. I was talking about Aquarius. I said Aquarius.
What did you say?
I said Saturn rules Aqua.
Aquarius is air.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we're going into Aquarius. So I'm saying, like, what I was asking you is how Saturnian is going to be the age of Aquarius and our time frame, and knowing, you know, like we're transitioning from I believe to I know, right? Topic of the live. So I'm asking you, like, how Saturnian is Aquarius going to be with that transition, contrary to not being Saturnian at all, and water in Pisces. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, Aquarius is the baptism of the mind. It's the spirit. John the Baptist is Aquarius. January used to be called baptismo. I'll say that again.
Please.
Okay, January. Hang on. When does? Anyway, so January Aquarius used to be called the month of the baptism because of the waters.
Okay.
Because in Capricorn, Jesus is born. Then he goes 40 days. He goes into the wilderness in Aquarius, right?
Right.
And then he crosses there and he gets baptized in the next sign, Pisces, the Jordan River. Okay, so
Okay.
but that's going forward, and that's how it should go. In procession, we're going backwards. So we've come from Pisces. We've left behind all of that belief and doubt, and the delusion of planets like Neptune and Venus, who exalts in Pisces, and Jupiter, who rules Pisces, and so does Neptune, actually, all benefics, all benefic planets. So Pisces is really the most benefic sign there is. It is purely benefic. That's why you get a lot of, charity-minded people, humanists, visionary people who help, serve. They're good servants. My moon is that,
Absolutely, it is.
And so, but what's happening now is Saturnian energy has taken over since 2012, and you can tell it is because it's different. We're all saying that things are changing, and because Saturn's the master of time, you will find that from now on, Saturn is going to play tricks. Satan, the ruler of this world, Saturn, is going to start playing tricks with us. It's not evil. It's not bad. Don't worry. But you're gonna have you're gonna go through. You're gonna space out. You're gonna go through periods during the day where you will lose an hour or two, or you will forget things, or things will. You'll wake up, and the news will be like,
Santos, you there, bro? Santos. There is Saturn's freezing time. Yo, that's funny. I don't know what happened there.
yeah, sorry.
So somebody commented right when you did that. It's funny. They commented, "There is Saturn freezing time." It was like perfect timing.
Yeah, so what I was saying was, just 3 weeks ago, one of the most famous and glorious and celebrated cities in the history of time immemorial, really, like Pompeii, it was totally obliterated, Acapulco, by a hurricane, and, that's the sort of stuff that's going to be happening. Saturn is very, very destructive. It's a very destructive energy, but it wakes you the fuck up. People are waking up.
Yeah.
This is wake up energy on steroids. The sun's frequency is changing. The planets as well. The Earths. There are more angelic energies surrounding us now. There's more.
You said the herbs?
Huh?
Did you say the herbs? You said the planets waking up, the herbs, the more angelic energy. Never mind. Continue.
The Earth.
Oh, you said the Earth. Sorry, I thought you said the herbs. Okay.
Yeah. So from one perspective, it's already won, and the fat lady has sung. There's enough evidence to condemn everyone that needs to be condemned on the record. Everything's been recorded. So, I live now in the mode of no fear, because I have learnt and mastered the secret of eternal bliss and happiness, and that is to have no fear. And that no, I had a real juicy thought there. I'm going to make sure I remember this, so I might take a while.
Don't worry. You had no fear. That's the key to eternal bliss. To have no fear.
Yeah. Okay. See, how did I do that? I came to 2 realizations. One is that repentance is the secret. Repentance, and even these.
What is repentance to you?
Well, repentance is stop doing stuff that harms other people for profit and gain, and stealing other people's energies, etc., etc., etc. That has stopped on one timeline, on one level, but me, you, everyone listening, we all need to stop what you're doing. Led Zeppelin 1, 1968. Hey, babe, stop what you're doing. Anyway, so yeah, stop what you're doing and be. And just be. And the other realization I had was we need to be composed. I've made many mistakes right up until very recently. Many mistakes by not having composure.
Mm. Mm.
Composure is very, very important. Everything I've done wrong, everything that has hurt me, even all the accidents I've had and everything, is because basically when I went to school, the teachers were harsh on me. They all hit me. My father was always demanding, "Hurry up, you're too slow." So you get this thing. I always react so quickly.
Yeah.
My grandfather, my Angelo, my mother's maternal grandfather, he used to say, "Sammy." He used to call me Sammy, not Santo. My other grandfather, Santo, he called me Santo. But this grandfather said, "Sammy will never ever walk. He will always run." It was always running, reacting, and running. And I lost somewhere along the line. I lost my composure because I used to be a great trampolinist, swimmer, horse rider. I mean, I used to ex thoroughbreds bareback the high up with the cars on the dirt. I'm just neck reining. I'm hanging on to a bunch of mane, and I've just got one hand here, and my legs are just hanging on to that race horse. And I've fallen off horses a million times. And you know what? I've never broken a bone. Ever. Ever. And I get back straight back on them. Anyway, so why was I saying? Oh, I was a great trampolinist. My father, bless his soul, he did a lot of good things, for me. He bought us an Olympic-sized trampoline when I was like, I don't know, 10.
So
And
did
he
my
bought
dad.
me a
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
here I am. Teaching myself to do backflips. I used to do a backflip off the trampoline onto the ground,
Mm.
and I used to Leo rising, attention getters. Some of them are attention seekers, but Leo rising people are attention getters, right? So here I am. All my cousins come around. Oh, Sammy, do your trampoline tricks? And I always used to leave that till the end. So I'd do a couple of, bounce like 7 meters up. No fear, because I had a perfect ride with the trampoline. I spent years on that trampoline. So I would do 2 somersaults forward, land on my feet, 2 backwards, land on my feet. Anyway, they would all clap, and I'm showing off, and I'd finish by just jumping on the edge of the trampoline backwards. So I'd do a backflip off it onto the ground.
Nice.
And people are like, "Oh no, he's gonna die!" You can see me doing it actually on my Facebook personal pics on my Facebook personal pics folder.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's funny you say that because my little brother is also a Leo rising, and he used to have this crazy Instagram where he could do 4 or 5 flips in the air, and that's all that they did was just post all these Instagram videos of doing multiple flips in the air, and he's a Leo as well as a Leo rising, so it's really cool.
Yeah, yes, they tend to get attention. You're a Leo, right?
Leo sun, but not Leo rising. Aqua rising.
It's the same. You'll still get attention. It's Leo is the heart, so your center of focus is the heart. People go straight to your heart, brother, unless you've got Moon in Gemini, and then they'll connect with you mentally as well if something's happening in an air sign. But foremostly, the sun is the main, like determinator of the whole spectrum of the human, right? So you're a Leo. So that's the sun. Period. There are no other planets that can share Leo other than the sun. No planet exalts in Leo. No planet other than the sun is domiciled there. That is it. The sun. They're blessed by nature. So, but me, I'm Aries. I get both. So everyone notices my head. My first band duo partner in 1999, Darryl Wood, he used to say, "There's something about your head, Santos." Every time I turn around and look at you, my eyes go straight to your fucking head. You know? And he used to complain about it because he couldn't work out what is with your fucking head.
The Aryan
Anyway,
head, you got that Aryan dome.
yeah, and the other thing is I've got a Leo rising, which is Leo, the heart. So both of them, they always compete for primacy when it comes to which one's it going to be, the ego, the ascendant, or the id, the idom, or the Adam, or the higher self, the higher ego. It's not really an ego. It is the sun sign, but it's definitely not the lower persona of the ascendant.
Right.
So it's more noble. It's kind of more dignified because it's where the king is, the sun. That's the king, and the moon is the queen. So I've got the sun in my head and the moon in my feet, and my ascendant is in the middle, Leo, the king.
Perfect.
So the Lamb of God, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and the Fisherman of Men.
Ah, perfect. You know what I just realized, Santos, as well? This is actually, you and I talking about this is really kind of perfect. Why? Because you have that Pisces moon you mentioned. Well, I have an Aquarius moon. And so, we have real good internal feeling perspective of the differences between Aqua and Pisces.
Look, that too. Yes, that's a good deduction you've just made there. But I have to admit, I've got Saturn and Venus in a very very good place in Aquarius. I'm very Aquarian. See,
Oh, yeah. You got Saturn in Aqua?
please don't say Aqua. It's air. It's air.
I'm sorry. I say Aqua. I'm referring to Aquarius. When I say Aqua, I'm just shortening it for Aquarius. My bad. Don't mistake me for saying that.
Yeah, but you have to
Saturn in
qualify it.
Aquarius.
Brother. You can't just say that without qualifying it. It's Aqua of the less attenuated molecule of hydrogen and oxygen that air is. You have to, because it's like people say, "Oh, you are God." Well, that's true, but it's not. It's not. You have to qualify it.
Right. Okay. I got it. My
You are
apologies.
God with difference.
Yes.
That's it.
So my apologies. You have Saturn in Aquarius, Santos?
Air, mental. So that means my mastery is mental Aquarian humanitarian mastery. Then love is. So I have love in the 11th sign / house, which is friends, social. I'm very. My house is your house. Mi casa es tu casa. I've always been like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So having the two musicians in Aquarius, Saturn and Venus are the designators of music in astrology. Because Saturn is Apollo. Apollo has 7 strings, the 7 rings of Apollo, Saturn, and Venus is the goddess of music. It's if you've got a good Venus, and my Saturn and Venus, they're in the 7th house, so it's strong. So and they're conjunct by 4 degrees. So I was destined to be a musician. In that part of my chart, but in other parts as well, music is everywhere in my chart, and the 12th house, Pisces moon, and the 12th house, I have Mars and my North Node. So past lives, remembering, memorizing, syncretizing. Yeah, that's all 12th house. That's where my North Node is. That's my purpose.
Love it. Well, we've kind of bounced around a lot here, Santos. Let's get on track a little bit and kind of talk about, you know, like I said originally, that difference between believing that we're getting nutrition from these prayers. Yes, prayer is valuable, 100%. Let's talk about that. But as well as knowing that we are getting nutrition by picking organically grown, whole superfoods that we know as frugivores, as humans, put the human system at the highest frequency possible, et cetera, et cetera. If you don't mind expanding some of your wisdom and what you've experienced in that. Like the difference between just praying over your food possibly when you were a Jehovah's Witness and now, how you treat nutrition.
Yeah, it's totally different. Since learning Dr. Sebi's electric diet, and no blood, no starch diet, because that's what spaghetti bolognese is, hamburgers, sandwiches. It's blood and starch. So blood and starch make you stupid. Because what blood is it? It's animals. It's pigs. Yeah.
Mm.
The soul is in the blood. Jesus said, the Bible says, it's in the Bible, right? The soul is in the blood. Be careful. Be careful with the blood. Very, very careful. The soul is in the blood. And when you become, in a sense, cannibalized when you're eating animals, because you are eating sentient beings and they don't want to die. No animal wants to die. I've never seen an animal that's happy to have its throat slit.
Of course not.
And it doesn't need to go on. It doesn't need to. I mean, I'm living off Purium, right? All I've had today is smoothie. What is it? What time is it? Let's have a look. Oh,
12:41.
okay. So yeah, I'm not hungry. I acknowledge that I haven't eaten much, but I take this philosophy here, brother. So let's have a bit of a look at this, shall we? Maybe.
Please do read it. Go ahead. I'm trying to read it. I can't.
Let me sit down. All right, let's have a go. Go without a coat when it's cold. Find out what cold is. Go hungry. Keep your existence lean. Wear away the fat. Get down to lean tissue and see what it's all about. The only time you can define your character is when you go without. In time of hardship, you will find out that you'll find out what you are made of and what you're capable of. If you're never tested, you never define your character.
Yep.
That dude, Henry Rollins, I'm sure he's a vegan. So, I mean, people say, well, you're skinny, Santos. That's how I would call you. No, I reply, no, I'm lean. I mean, look, there's a lot of gurus out there, and they're all fucking fat asses. All of them, like Satguru. Who's the other one? The Indian one. Deepak Chopra. I mean, these guys are so fucking fat, right? Like this, if they can't do this, if they can't get rid of that fucking fat and parasites and be lean.
The yogis in the Himalayas, Santos, that's what they look like. They look like that.
Not
Sadhguru. Yeah.
And you see that there?
Oh, yeah.
I tell no lies. God is a witness. Wangaratta Technical College, 1974, 75, 76. I was never defeated in any arm wrestle. And they all used to come to me. All right, Bonacci, let's see what you're fucking made of then, all right? Because they just thought I was... They see this skinny dude, 5'6".
Yeah.
Well, I was 5'7". I remember when I was a teenager, but 5'6", right? So they see this skinny guy, and they just automatically, the stupid ones, the intelligent ones know how strong I am. They know my power.
Yeah.
They just don't. They're not competitive, so that they don't have to worry. They don't do that shit. They don't go there. But at school, I was always like, if I didn't do the arm wrestle, then I was like, well, I had to, because if I didn't, it was like, you don't want to take me on then. See, you can be better. I can be. So you just have to do it, That's the way I am. I used to race cars. I used to have a muscle car. Tirana 5000 SLR. Torana. Fancy me at 18 buying a Chevrolet 308. It's our version of the Corvette, which I loved, was the Torana. And it's an Aboriginal word which means Taurus field, Torana, which means a fire Taurus field, a fire wind. Ha!
Yeah.
Fancy me at 18 doing that kind of syncretism, huh? There's a lot of things that have been very coincidental like that in my life that I'll publish a book about it one day if I get the time. People say, "Why don't you write a book?" I say, "Why not you?"
Why don't you?
Pythagoras didn't write no books.
Mm.
Why don't you write a book, Santos? Why not you? Anyway, so look, I'm not suggesting to people that they don't have enough calories or whatever their belief system is. I'm just saying that I'm running a lean machine here, and it works. It's skinny, but it's stronger than you, or whoever. I'm not, but I'm good. I'm still not perfect. I've got a long ways to go. How I came to this was, I realised that a friend of mine came to visit, an Israeli healer here, one of my best friends, Roy, and he's a master of Hebrew. He's teaching me so much syncretism, and he just lives 5 minutes down the road. And he's my he's a bit of a, he makes this, for instance, and this is I've got to do it the other way so it's not backwards, right? So he makes this chocolate here, cacao.
Nice.
And that word there means dreams. He's got a plant in there. Let me see if I can find the plant. Lucid dreaming, sensory enhancement, sedative effects, anxiety reduction, cardiovascular health, antioxidant rich. That's the plant. No. Where's the plant? Hang on. There it is. There it is, guys. Look at that word. Learn that word. Look at the Taurus tree.
Yep.
That word. Cooks it. I don't know how to say it. He keeps saying it, but I forget.
Maybe.
That is what's helping me to dream. I can't say that I'm having great dreams or anything like that. I've had a few good nights. I've been taking that for about 3 weeks now. So anyway, this is what I was saying was Roy. He's helping me with a lot of things, especially my composure. He noticed, like my grandfather and like my mother and like everybody, that I'm just running around And I lost my way because I lost my composure. I used to be able to walk on my hands. I used to walk on my hands downstairs. That's how much muscle I had in my hands to hold all my weight, you know. Anyway, I lost that. I can't walk on my hands now. I can in memory, like I can ride a bike. I know how to walk on my hands, but I can't because I'm still not. I'm still only like I'm 10 kilos under my highest weight that I've ever been. So, but through leanness and not being a glutton, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get to 63 rather than sitting around, 54, 55, right? So Roy said to me one day, just before he was going out, he said, Santos, remind you, brother, please slow down. Do everything slowly and measured. You're going too fast. Daniel from the Syncretism Academy, he always also used to say, hey, dude, slow fucking down. Dude, look at yourself. You look spastic. You look frantic. That's why you're cutting yourself every second day with your ceramic knives and accidents are happening and blah, 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 blah. So Roy finally, I had Daniel, I had my mother, I had my grandfather, I had everybody in the world tell me that I'm fast and too reactive and too quick. Anyway, that's how I've broken 6 freaking computers since I've been in Mexico. What was I saying?
You're slowing down because your friend.
Yeah, so
Absolutely. What time is that? Yeah.
they can. Repentance and composure are the 2 secrets for me. So repentance for them, because humans are way more forgiving than the vampires. The cannibals, the Canaanites, the cannibals, the vampires, because there's 2 groups of humans on Earth, vampires and vegetarians. Abel was a vegetarian because you remember Abel stayed in the Garden of Eden, which was frugivore. Funny about that. Cain, he had to leave. He went to the land of Nod. Yeah, he went to fall asleep in gluttony of flesh. But you see, so we have vegetarians, geniuses. See, there's 3 words that always are included, always together. Pythagoras, genius, vegetarian. Pythagoras, genius, vegetarian. Pythagoras, genius, vegetarian. Pythagoras, genius, vegetarian. Memories, repetition is a good way to remember shit.
Absolutely.
Pythagoras, vegetarian, genius. Leonardo da Vinci, Neoplatonist, vegetarian, genius. He used to buy birds at the market and set them free so they wouldn't be eaten. So that's what we're doing. We're doing that. We're saving animals by the millions. Do you think those animals are not giving us their thank yous energy?
Absolutely, they are.
They are. Of course they are. So that's how people think that they're getting nutrition from, burgers and freaking and shit, and they look shit. People look fucking shit. I mean, people I mean, apart from being wrinkly and dried up, and I don't know. I have to have compassion. You know, we have to be compassionate, dude. I can see these eyes that the Creator gave me. They see beauty. They were made for beholding beauty. If, like, for instance, if I see a Ferrari, I'll stop and I'll be with 10 friends and I'll just sit there and drool over the Ferrari while they're like, Santos, it's been fucking half an hour and our appointment is in 2 minutes, 10 minutes away. Bye. I love you. and I'm like, goodbye, my sexy machine. I love you. You know, I drool over beauty.
Yeah.
I mean, if I see a beautiful woman, right, crossing the street, I don't care who I'm with. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to be judged. My eyes recognize beauty. I'm going to look at that woman, and I'm going to look at that woman until I've had my appreciation, not lust. See, when I appreciate a Ferrari, I'm not lusting over it. I don't want one. I don't want a Ferrari. I don't want Ferraris, fucking helicopters. I don't want anything. Right? So there's no lust. But I fucking adore that Lamborghini, Maserati, you know, whatever. And people, and you know, I might have a girlfriend, or I might have a partner, and she'll say, "Hey, what are you doing looking?" And that's listen, you're beautiful, she's beautiful, and beautiful doesn't come around too often. There's a lot of not beautiful people in this world, and I ask God, and I say, God, look, you're an artist, you have to be. Animals are good looking, except for hyenas. Trees are good looking. Flowers are good looking. Birds are good looking. Mountains are good. Rivers are good looking. Everything's good looking. And then humans come along. And then you go, you're thinking like, Michelangelo, did you get that fucking David right? Or how did you make it so fucking ugly? I mean, if Michelangelo can make a perfect image of a human being, and how many women have drooled over the statue of David or Venus that he did, you know, all those beautiful gods in Rome. And God makes these fat, fucking, ugly, pig-looking freaking. How do you be compassionate? I need compassion.
Well, here's the thing, though, Santa. This is what we're talking about. You know, this is
And I don't want to look at them. Yeah, I've got to look at them.
This is the subject head, though, bro. Here's the thing. These people, they were made beautiful, right? But they don't know that they were made beautiful. And they don't know that our habits, first we make our habits and then our habits make us. And so because they never broke this down, or they ignored this decision, you know, they are a product of their habits. And then these beautiful people who have maintained their beauty and not let it run astray from them like others have, you know, they found their freedom within their disciplines, because that's where our freedom is, guys. Freedom within a body is within disciplines within your mind. If you want to experience freedom within your body, you have to have discipline in your mind. And so people who have maintained beautiful bodies in this life, you know, a beautiful woman walking down the street that Santos catches Santos's eye, I guarantee you that this woman has a certain level of disciplines within her mind to not allow herself to step into a gluttonous figure, to live a gluttonous life, to lose her attractiveness. Right? We're all stars here to shine. Well, you only dim your light when you dim your discipline. And so when your discipline is dimmed, you're not going to shine the same way that you could by living up to your potential. Because every single one of us guys here, we're given potential. Every single one of us. Santos is given beautiful potential with music. You know, yesterday he was talking about he has Gemini in the MC, right? So you have two careers that you're showing us. You're literally talking about philosophy right now while holding your guitar. How you know, that's Gemini MC perfectly, right?
Yeah, I'm muting the strings and just keeping my fingers in touch, because it's been 12 years that I haven't played. Once I remember Jimmy Page said he took 2 years off, he didn't touch the guitar. And he said when I started to play again, he said I couldn't even play chords. He said I had to learn again. I had to relearn how to play chords. And I've been professional for 11 years. And that has made me an angry man. Music makes me happy. And even just holding the guitar, I'm going to be doing this from now on, because I can't be giving an hour away all the time, even anywhere. I don't have enough. I fill my days. I live my life to the full. And I really want to get my guitar form back, because it's going to make me happy. Music makes me happy. So, keeping my fingers muted, the strings, and just doing arpeggios and stuff. And it's also amazing, because it splits my not my concentration, but it splits my consciousness. Yeah, and it balances my left and my right brain by my hand doing arpeggios. That's my meditation, guitar.
Brilliant. Of course it is.
I meditate with my guitar.
Of course. Santos, real quick, if you don't mind reminding us, you mentioned this on a live a couple weeks ago when we were with Ian. You mentioned how you really like the Renew because it's allowed you to not break your nails anymore while playing, if you don't mind.
Yippity, yep. My thumb now is pretty much natural. My thumb was, see, I have to put silk. This is the only finger where I have to put silk and glue. I have to, for all my life, for decades, because I split the end of my finger, the nail is forever divided. And it's a shame, because when I was 7 years old, I was making a guitar and I chopped half of this finger off. Can you see that half of that? Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Yeah. There's a scar there from 7 years old. I was building a guitar. That's how much I love the guitar. So I wish that was on this side, and the split nail would be on that side. Then I wouldn't have to make these nails, and I wouldn't have to make so many notes and make so many mistakes, because I've only got a half a bone and a half a finger on my. So when I do this, I got to be right on.
Yeah.
Because it's not fat. That's how it used to be, fat. I'm Italian, like Black Sabbath's guitarist Tony Iommi, and this goes to show how good of a guy he was, good-hearted. He was a teenager, and it was his last day at work. Turns up at work honourably, and the boss says, "Oh, you're on this machine over here today because the guy didn't turn up." So he's going, like it's chop, 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 chop. He's probably thinking about his fingers, and he was, because what came next was a tragedy, like this tragedy that I've had since I was 7 and 14. 7, 14.
Yep.
And I had another one. I had to have a steel plate put in here. I've smashed that bone there in 2002. And I had a steel plate, and then I got the steel plate removed with screws. Anyway, so I've got a lot of handicaps when I play the guitar. But I got through. Django Reinhardt did, and so did Tony Iommi. Anyway, so what happened was he was working all day, all morning, and he's Italian, so his mother's got his spaghetti at home, so he goes home to eat, like the good Italians do. He went home to eat, and he says to his mother, "Look, I'm not going to go back to work. What the fuck? It's the last day, And his mother said, "No, you go to work. You've got a contract. You honour that." And he says, "All right." So he went to work. Anyway, cut the story short, he wasn't concentrating. The machine came down and he chopped off both of his guitar fingers.
Oh, shit.
Chopped the ends off. So you see Tony Iommi always with these leather knobs that he made, right? And I am his counterpart. Both injuries on. If they had been the other way around, it'd be perfect because I wouldn't have to put a false nail on there. But anyway, going back to the Purium gave me the nutrition. My nail, which is very important in flamenco, al sapua, which means with the thumb, is a technique where you go like this with the thumb. Okay, so you go down.
Okay.
Up.
Okay.
Yeah, and what happens is if you do a lot of that, and your nails aren't strong, they split.
Okay.
You'll see a lot of flamenco guitarists, which disgusts me. You see them; they use just tissue and super glue. Like, oh, I use silk. I use really fine woven silk, so I do it properly. But so al sapua. See, when you get that, what was I saying about that? So it's very, very important. And now that is 100% natural. No silk there, guys.
Oh, so you're not using silk anymore then?
No. My thumb now is strong enough, thank you to Purium.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many years were you using the silk before?
Since I was a kid, man. Since I don't know, 89 when I yeah.
You did your entire musical career using silk, and now you don't need to anymore.
On that, no, I will always need to put silk on this nail.
Oh,
in
on
fact,
that one. Okay.
In fact, this one's getting old because it's getting dirty. See how it's getting dirty?
Yeah.
That is 4 layers of silk and that ladies' nail glue that you buy at your pharmacies, right? So there's about 4 or 5 sheets of silk there. Fine silk. Let me show you. So
Starseed Awakening. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I use cola loca.
Okay.
That's the glue I use, cola loca. This is in Mexico. This is, crazy glue. It's a super glue, like, right? And then the silk.
Oh, okay.
It's woven. That's woven silk.
Yeah.
And then I just put that on my nail. That over the nail, like that. Put the glue on there. Let it dry. Then a second, third, and depending on how weak my nail is, I might go 4. And that will get me all of this. Because we need to do a lot of. You see the plastic golpe board? There's a lot of this going on in flamenco. You can't see it. There's another golpe board here, but most of it's like. So if I don't have that super glue there, dude, no golpes, no golpeos.
Well, awesome. Blessed that you're able to experience what you're able to experience with the Renew. So what did you say isn't breaking then? Which fingers you said aren't breaking then without the thumb?
My thumb since Puerto Morelos 2 years ago has been breaking.
Okay.
So that has discouraged me from playing, and so I've only just picked up the guitar a couple of months ago again.
Okay.
After Nicholas and Chris left 2 months ago from Minnesota, I was sort of lonely, and I found more time for the guitar, and thank God, because it brought me to composure and repentance. You
Brilliant.
see, I started noticing things like, if I'm composed, I won't be making as many. I was making a lot of mistakes. That's why a lot of people say, "Why don't you include more music in your syncretism?" And I say, "Well, I'll just make a fucking fool out of myself." It's like I'll be like Jimmy Page after 2 years of not playing the guitar and then going out live. You know, that's live. That's why I don't like doing things live, because you can't take that back.
Right.
I mean, I could practice one song every day and put out a video of all the beautiful Vivaldi, Bach, movies that I know, that I've played as solos. You know, I could do that, I guess. But right now, I'm about 20-30% of my full potential. I want to be at my Bruce Lee level when I, fully. Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the best guitarist that I can possibly be, because I want to be happy, and music makes it. I'm sick of being.
Brilliant, bro. Well, happy for you that you can play again. Santos, do you mind real quick just kind of playing for everyone for a little bit while I use the restroom real quick?
While you what?
Use the restroom.
Yeah, have a rest.
All right. Go ahead.
The problem is tuning, guys. Okay. Although this is Jose Ramirez, the best flamenco handcrafted guitar in the history of history, I still, even though I got it refurbished and everything in Cancun 2 years ago, it still has some neck issues. I bought it back to get it fixed, and they see, there you go, already out of tune. And these are old strings; they shouldn't be getting out of tune. Let my fingers just settle in a bit, guys. They're very sweaty and kind of very. Okay.
Okay, brother, I'm back.
Sorry, I think the battery went. Something happened. You didn't hear all that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It wasn't good. All right.
I heard it. No worries. It's all good. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. I muted the mic for a second, so I didn't know. Sorry, I had to plug my phone in, guys. One moment. Just get my phone propped while it's on this phone stand and have the charger in. Come on, stay in there. Okay. Okay, screw this charger. Whatever. It's all good.
What?
Sorry about that. So,
Huh?
I said sorry about that. Back now.
Oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata.
So, bro, if you don't mind, kind of break down the differences in your thinking of the timeline between how you were treating, nutrition while believing, right? Again, while you were in Jehovah's Witness time frame, right? Contrary to the beginning of your vegetarianism, right? Just trying it out, starting it, contrary to now. Could you break down those three different, mindset differences of how you were approaching life and nutrition, probably between a I believe to an I know difference, from Jehovah's Witness to vegan to now fully knowledgeable vegan, like you know what you're doing?
Well, syncretism and veganism came together. Simple. If we had to wait for a flesh eater to discover the sine wave, the torus field, an astrological model, and the syncretic model, which is the only model that exists, we'd be waiting forever. There would be no syncretism. There would be no sine wave. There'd be no torus field. That began in 2011 with my channel, period. If anyone wants to argue that, well, show me the video where it says 2010, where someone's teaching all waves are astrological. They start in Aries, they're electromagnetic, and then Aries is at the head and goes through to the feet. And so spring, summer, autumn, winter is all about the signs of the zodiac and the conditionings of those seasons, the 12 seasons of the year, etc., etc., etc. How long would we have to wait for a pig bum eater to work out syncretism?
Not happening.
Huh? Did you say something? What? Yeah, and ejaculators. You see, ejaculators are as fucking dumb as dog shit. Dumb. They're stupid. That's why I don't practice that sex since 2012. Yeah, it's way better sex when you implode your orgasm and you have an ejaculation and you go to fucking millions of dimensions and have an eternal blissful orgasm. Yeah, that's better than like and the girl's like, dude, you only just stuck your dick in 30 seconds ago. And these guys are like, oh, wow, that was good. Nah. You just ejaculated out of your bottom chakra. You didn't get to the solar plexus. You didn't get to the heart chakra, the anahata. You didn't get to the throat chakra. You didn't get to the pineal gland. You didn't get to the crown. You didn't freaking even. You've got no idea what a fucking orgasm is, you dickhead. Orgasms don't last for 3 seconds. Tantric sex, you're having an orgasm. I'm having an orgasm 24 fucking hours a day. Because that's how I've conditioned my sexual habits.
Well, you know, veganism is like having sex, though, too. If you're not enjoying it, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, hang on, it's raining.
Go ahead. Guys, I need to try and get my phone plugged in. Otherwise, my phone's going to die amid this live. I don't want that to happen.
All right, guys.
You're back.
Yep, and front. I'm back and front.
That's right.
That's my front. So I'm front. But I got my back.
So tell us, Santos, you know, like you started and then kind of went off a little bit. But what's that difference between Jehovah's Witness, right? Then vegan and syncretism at the same time. But how are you treating veganism differently between now and then the beginning of veganism, since having found purium, cleansing, etc.?
Well, my ultimate aim is not to be eating at all and pooing and fucking farting and wiping my bum. I don't like that. I don't like sitting on toilets. No. I don't want to fucking. I mean, the Japanese, they've got these fancy toilets. They'll wipe your ass. They'll squirt. You know, I've been to Japan 5 times. I mean, they're so proud of their toilets. I mean, I reckon some of these toilets, I reckon they spend about 40,000 just to have a toilet, wipe their ass and do all this stuff. That's how freaking people eat. So much fucking poo to do. It's incredible. And they love having to wipe their bums like 40 times. And sometimes some of these guys, they can't reach, they're that fat. So,
Ooh.
Ooh.
What a bad situation.
So ultimately, I don't want to be eating and pooing and farting. I'm done. I'm sick of that, right? Because gravity doesn't work. It can't suck a fart. And it can suck container ships going to Australia stuck to the ocean, but it just can't suck farts. So every time you bum down below pops one, gravity it's not there, and you smell the fucking. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of smelling other people's farts and my own. That's it. So that's the difference. The difference is I see it now being lean. And running on, airplanes run on the pure fuel, don't they, right? But cars don't. They give the cars the shit. Right? So, and it's like anywhere you go, all these countries, the grains that they're producing in the bread that the people eat, they are GMO modified. They're all fucked. All that food is absolutely electric-less. And that's the difference. That's how. When I was a Jehovah's Witness, I was eating bum and ejaculating. So I was getting dumbed down by the animal blood, and I was getting dumbed down by emptying my brain.
Yeah.
So now, with the practice of ejaculation sex, you then rejuvenate and you restore that. But you can't be immortal. The secret of immortality is never, ever, ever to secrete any secretion from your organ. That's the elixir of life. That's it. That's the elixir. You shouldn't eat fruit of the tree of the garden. Your body's the garden, and the fruit, the tree is your pneumogastric nervous system, and that supplies the chrism to your organ and semen, and it wants that back. It doesn't want you, because if you fertilize another being, you're never going to fertilize yourself. Man must fertilize before he becomes a man. See, these are boys that are having sex that ejaculate. They're all boys. I don't care how much the women think it's fucking fun to see them ejaculate. I don't care. They're boys. They don't understand that when you go in the realm of continence, competence, you're flying with the gods. It's totally a different. You begin to realize that what sex really is. It is the door to the garden of the Garden of Eden. Watch the video. It's been out since 2007. Sex, secret door, Garden of Eden. I've been saying that for 20 years now, nearly 15 years. Watch that video. Watch it. It's only 40 minutes. Sex, the secret door to the Garden of Eden.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them. It's like they're just watching cartoons all their life, playing Nintendo, sitting at home. They have sex every day. They masturbate and ejaculate probably 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And satisfied by it. See, the kind of sex that I have, it's always satisfying. Because there's no, there is lust. I'll be honest, there is lust. There's good lust. There's healthy lust, but it's mostly mostly just harvesting the true energy of the universe, which is sex. Walter Russell, he said everything is sexual. The whole universe is sexual. It's all sex. Red and blue light. Red shift, blue shift. Everything is fucking sex. Everything is fucking.
Okay, you're right. Exactly. Red shift, blue shift. Of course, it's fucking. You're right.
It's all sex. Everything is sex.
Can we experience tantric sex, or these types of cosmic orgasms by always having dead foods? Like if our food is dead always, can we experience these higher realms sexually?
No way. No way, brother. Look, it took me 5 years. I in 2008, 7, 8, I watched that video and I learnt about non-ejaculatory sex. It took me 5 years, even though I was married to a Japanese woman, which is the best kind of woman to start practicing this kind of stuff. It took me 5 years to get it where finally I made a decision. I said, never again. Why? Because every time I rewarded myself with a little present at the end, a happy what do they call it? Happy massage, happy ending, please. Have you been to Vietnam or Thailand? You
No,
want
I
massage
haven't.
ending? No, just massage me. You've been eating a lot of pork, haven't you? Yeah, let's not be happy. Anyway, so yeah, it took me 5 years. And why? Because every time I ejaculated, I was doing grey sex, which is sometimes yes, sometimes no. And Hiromi, my wife, she was up for it. She understood what I was doing. She loved my sex. In fact, she used to go crazy. She used to say, "Santos, your sex is magic." Funny. That like used to put me in fits of laughter. She'd always say it because no one in Japan ever. I mean, all the boyfriends, they were all I don't know. They just didn't know. They're boys, you know. So look,
Woo-hoo! Nice watermelon, looking good.
it's so juicy here in Mexico.
Yeah.
Off. Anyway, what was I talking about?
You know, you're talking about the difference between how you were treating veganism when you first, you know, were exposed to veganism, contrary to now. You know, the difference between and comparing it to the difference between tantric sex and reptilian sex.
Well, this is it. During those 5 years, of course, I was cleansing myself from flesh, blood, you know, from a vampire diet.
Right.
So I improved and I got the strength. Every time I had an ejaculation, I felt depleted, depressed, sorry, regretful, remorseful, anguish, stress, anxiety. And I thought to myself, this is always happening after I ejaculate. And I'm angry the next day with Hiromi and treating her like a fucking dog. So I almost had a mental diary for 5 years. And I was watching this and I was going, fuck this shit. The ejaculation only makes you angry, stupid, feel fucking deflated, uninspired, depleted of all your nutrition. It just fucks you right up. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's like alcohol. I've always hated. I love beer and freaking whiskey, and I love alcohol, but I don't drink it because I hate. I've only been drunk about 3 times in my life. It's like that. People love drinking alcohol. It makes them, me. It makes me like I want control of my senses. I want to be in the. I'd rather be stoned than alcohol, right? So, it depends on.
Santos. Brother Santos. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with his phone. Ah, shit. Well, guys, Santos is gone. Gonna try to redo this live. Peace.